The Wii U version of the racing game Project Cars has crashed and burned. The makers of the game have officially canceled the Nintendo port. This shouldn't come as too big of a surprise. There have long been rumors of development problems with the Wii U version, and it was delayed several times. In a statement, publisher Bandai Namco says that they just couldn't make the game work on the Wii U's hardware, but add that they look forward to what the future may hold. That could mean that they plan to release the sequel to Project Cars on Nintendo's next console, codenamed the NX, which is expected to be much more powerful and launch in late 2016. In the meantime, expect new DLC for the existing versions of Project Cars to continue rolling out over the coming weeks and months. Just because a game came out a long time ago doesn't mean it can't get a little bit better. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, first released in 2004, has just been given a major content update. There's no new gameplay content, but new features include native widescreen support, resolution support up to 4K and 5K, and Steam achievements. The game has also been released on Mac and Linux computers for the first time. It's rare for a game that's this old to get new updates. I'm still waiting on DLC for Pong.
Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
Very interesting. I like this stepping back in time. Here to do that with me is Scott Jones. KOTOR 2 came out many years ago, my friend.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
Tommy Tellerico, for the record, hated it.
Wasn't a fan of the
No,
KOTOR
he could not
games.
stomach
No.
it. I don't think I've ever seen any developer look back at something and say, hey, you know what, let's give that game a little facelift.
Yeah, and there is some speculation out there. The Old Republic, the MMORPG based around the similar kind of time frame, is going to get some KOTOR-inspired DLC later this year. Looks amazing. So maybe Disney is kind of just, who owns all of this stuff now, is just kind of testing the waters to see if people want new KOTOR. The only thing I never loved about those old KOTOR games
All the
is
talking to other people.
No, I liked all of that, but when you would walk into any scenes where there were other crowd members or anything like that,
Yes.
people, they would just be standing around. You know, that used to
That's what I
always
do.
bother me.
Well, I go somewhere and stand around every day. That's part of my life.
All right, okay. Well, there will be a lot of standing around with Wii U owners out there waiting for Project Cars to come to
Yes.
that system because it's not. And that's not a big surprise.
No.
It's a powerful game, and the console, the Wii U, is just not as powerful visually, architecturally, as the PlayStation 4 and the
The
Xbox
thing that
One.
makes me sad about all this is the fact that the Wii U is actually a very powerful console. I feel like at this point, everybody's just kind of leaving the Wii U behind, and that makes me really sad.
Well, and it's a good machine. It's
a
proven
good
itself,
machine.
and there's lots of good software
We
for
like
it.
you, Wii U.
From Nintendo, but third-party support has been pretty thin, and that's been a major problem for the platform as well. It was a system that I think kind of confused a lot of developers because they didn't know how to make their stuff different on that machine compared to the stuff that they were doing on other consoles. And this has also been the last several years has really been about developers trying to find a way to get their games onto every single device and platform they can out there. So when you have something that's so unique like the Wii U, that makes it tricky.
Now, the exciting thing about any Nintendo console cycle is there's always a high and then there's a low.
Yeah.
This is the low for Nintendo, but the next one, we don't really know much about it. The next console should be a high.
So not a big surprise, won't be playing Project Cars, but there's still quite a few titles to be able to play on the Wii U.
Bayonetta 2.
Well, Bayonetta 2, yeah. And maybe one day Bayonetta 3.
I liked Bayonetta 2.
That was awesome. Right now, though, we've got to talk about Southpaw. Here's our review.
The Rundown is brought to you by EB Games.